Hey guys, Metal Viking and YouTube here back to show us more plunder that I've acquired over the last little while. And no, your eyes are not deceiving you. I am wearing a Grateful Dead shirt because, I mean, hey, we can't be hard and heavy all the time, can we? But yeah, trying to still play catch up on all the stuff that's been rolling in between pre-orders and everything else. Starting to get there, but then I've also got some other more stuff coming, so you know how it goes. Yeah, I'm going to jump right into it with the brand new EP from the band Brodakin, entitled Perpetuation of Suffering. Of course, Brodakin, brutal death metal band based out of Knoxville, Tennessee. Been around since 1998. This is their second EP overall. They do have several full lengths to their credit. Put out just this year by Unmatched Brutality, which of course is vocalist Jamie Bailey's label. This was limited to 1,000 copies. My copy is number, if you can see it, 288. So really cool. And it actually came in this cool little like envelope packaging with a wax seal on the back, and it was not easy getting this up without ruining the seal, but I was able to do it and get this out of there. Also came with a cool little sticker, which will definitely be put to use. Next up, Deferred with their self-titled debut demo. And if you're not familiar with this band, they're listed as a deathcore band, but honestly, when I listen to this, I hear more death metal than deathcore in their sound. But yeah, they are based out of Arlington, Texas. Not quite sure when exactly they formed, but yeah, as I said, this is their debut demo. It's 2 tracks, originally put out in 2010 digitally by the band. I believe it was 2010, and this is a 2021 CD edition by the Charon Collective. I think that's how you, or the Sharon Collective. Yeah, kind of a relatively new label for me, but yeah, pretty solid stuff. I would definitely recommend checking it out. Next up, Carnifex with Graveside Confessions. Of course, these guys are legendary in the deathcore scene. Based out of San Diego, California. Been around since 2005. This is their 8th full-length album overall, put out just this year by Nuclear Blast. I actually did a review of the song Seven Souls a little while back, and yeah, this whole album is absolutely badass. I would definitely check this out if you have not heard it yet. Next up, the brand new slab of filth from the guys in Ruin, entitled Spread, Plague, Death. And of course, if you're not familiar with Ruin, they are a death metal band based out of Phelan, California. Been around since 1990, featuring current and former members of bands such as Gravehill, Vrenth, among others. This is their 3rd full-length album, put out by Goat Throne Records just here recently. Have not had a chance to really listen to the whole thing yet. But yeah, Ruin really does no wrong, in my opinion. Just absolutely nasty sounding death metal. Next up, Machinations of Fate with their self-titled. Of course, if you're not familiar with this band, they are a melodic death thrash band based out of Newport, Kentucky. Been around since 2012 and features current and former members of bands such as Acheron, Faith Extractor, Shed the Skin, among others. This is their debut full-length album put out by Redefining Darkness Records back in 2020, limited to 200 copies on the CD. And in fact, this and the last 3 that I'm going to be talking about all came from one order I did from Redefining Darkness here recently, because honestly, that is a absolutely amazing label that, you know, is becoming one of my favorites to order from. And honestly, there was a little bit of a goof up initially when I got this order in, because Hell's Headbangers actually does all the fulfillment for Redefining Darkness, which is cool because I love Hell's Headbangers. And when I got my order in, I had the other 3 CDs that I ordered and a cassette, which I did not order. I was like, okay, that should have been the CD version. But I got to say, this tape version is pretty cool. I'm not sure the limitation on this because it doesn't say anywhere. Because on this really awesome gold tape. But yeah, so I, got a hold of Redefining Darkness, and they said, "Hey, sorry about that. That usually never happens." So they sent me the CD out right away. So cheers to them for Great customer service. Next up, Schizophrenia with Voices. And I do believe this band actually had a shirt in one of the more recent Metalhead boxes. I could be wrong, but I swear I saw this particular logo on one of the alternate shirts from, I think it was either last month's box or the one before that. But yeah, if you're not familiar with Schizophrenia, they are a death thrash band out of Antwerp, Belgium. Been around since 2016. This is their debut EP, originally put out independently by the band back in 2020. This is the Redefining Darkness reissue. Actually also put out in 2020, limited to 200 copies, and mine is number 45. Yeah, the thing about Redefining Darkness is you very rarely see them actually put the limitation on here, but it even says right here, exclusive North American edition. So that's really cool. As I said, Redefining Darkness is just such an amazing label. They put out some really killer stuff. So I always love shopping there, and anytime I hear something's coming out on Redefining Darkness, I just gotta check it out. Next up, Hatemonger, the Vile Maxim. Love that artwork and really dig that logo. But yes, Hatemonger, they are a death metal band out of Chicago, Illinois. Not quite sure how long these guys have been around, but it does feature current and former members of November's Doom, Cobalt, Abigail Williams, among many others. This is their debut EP, put out by Redefining Darkness just this year, limited to 300 copies. And again, this is one of those ones that I've just not had a chance to actually spin. But, you know, considering the pedigree of the members, I think it's going to be pretty solid. And last but not least, this is a band that I know Classy Metal has talked about. I believe the Thralls of Metal have talked about this band quite a bit. And I remember listening to some of their stuff, and I was like, man, I really need to pick up their albums and everything, but I just have not yet. And then finally here recently, I'm like, all right, you know what? I'm going to pick it up. And this actually ended up being the reason that I ended up making this order. And that is Tombstoner with their latest release, Victims of Vile Torture. And if you're not familiar with this band, they are a death metal band out of Staten Island, New York. Been around since 2019. As I said, debut full-length album out on Redefining Darkness, limited to 500 copies. And yeah, again, another one I've not had a chance to listen to, but I gotta say though, the stuff I've heard in the past has been really awesome. So I would definitely go check out Tombstoner, and plus, that name is freaking awesome. So yeah, that is going to do it for this part of the Raids video. Thank you guys so much for watching and subscribing, and until next time, stay brutal.